Now we've got our shelving in, it's time to put some floors in the house. So go to our build locations again, and we go this one, which is floors. Now we've got a few different options here: floor by room, floor by perimeter, floor by picking points. Now first off, what we're going to do is we're going to go floor by perimeter. Okay, we're going to make sure we're on the ground floor location, and we're going to go across here to concrete slab. This is very important. This goes in on 4 by perimeter. So you just hover over the job, and one click of the mouse button puts the floors in. Then turn off the walls, and we find it, click on it, and make sure the walls have gone all the way around the house everywhere. Once we're sure that they're in, once it's highlighted, right click it and go duplicate to location. Choose the location we want, and in this case, because it's a concrete slab, we want to drop that down onto the foundation level. This is just something I do for visual purposes. So on the foundations, okay, push delete. Now you shouldn't be able to select that on the ground floor anymore, but if we go down to our locations selection down here, we go foundations, concrete slabs there. So we know the concrete slabs selected, and more importantly, we know it's going to go into our job. So we go back to ground floor again. Now we don't worry about the slab anymore, we finish with that. We go to tiled floors here. Now I always put bar floors in separate, the living floor, drop down list, floor by room. Okay, because if you go the way we just had it, you'll put bar floor tiles right in the whole house. We don't want that, we want floor by room. Okay, so go over to our bar floors, pick them. Now bar floors, they're called bar floors, they really should be called wet area floors, but anywhere there's a wet area, I'm going to put the bar floors in. Another little handy tip is this little square box down here, put it onto pattern. That way it's going to show us when we've dropped them in. Okay, so that way you can't double do it or think whether if you're not sure you've put them in or not. Just quickly you go like that and you know they're in. Alright, so there, in there, and in there. So there's 3 wet area rooms we want bath tiles in. We'll go down a bit further, we'll find living floor tiles. So we're going to put living floor tiles through the main area. We're going to put them in the walk-in pantry. Now this is why I put those construction lines, righto? So you've got to make sure you click inside them, so that way on the ground floor level I want everywhere covered with floor tiles. Okay, we'll fix up the visual of it later, but I need to put in every spot on the house. Righto, we need to, here again, we've got our construction line here, so we can put them in here first, and that just puts a little line of them in there, and then we'll put them inside the linen press shelves. Now that pretty much takes care of our floor tiles throughout the house. Then we'll go to carpets, silver range carpets down here, and we'll drop them in by room in our carpeted areas. Oh, there's one spot we've missed our tiles, which we'll have to go back to in a moment. In the cupboards again, making sure to get these spots just in here, so zoom in a bit, make them a bit easier. Alright, in there, in there, in there, and then in the shelving spot. Alright, just zoom back up here and we'll grab some living floor tiles, drop them in there. Righto, finish. Now, this is the part that's very important. We'll go down and we'll turn everything off. Select none. We're not turning it off on the eye, we're just turning it off here. Select none. And select none. Well, we have no notation written up yet, so there's no problem there. Then we'll go back in here into our ground floor, turn our floors back on. Wipe across our floors like this, right click, duplicate to location, and we're going to duplicate them to floor coverings. Now you may think this is just completely ridiculous and stupid thing to do. Once I get into using paper space, you'll start to understand a little bit of this, but this is what you must do, right? So we'll put them on the floor coverings. Okay, so now as this plan stands at the moment, if this was to go into pricing right now, we'd have twice the amount of floors we need for the house in the price. So what's going to happen now, as soon as this auto save comes on, we're going to come down and we're going to select floor coverings. We'll actually go into our eye first. We'll go into our eye and we'll turn off the floors in all locations. We'll come back here and we'll turn our floors on in floor covering locations only. Important this. Righto. Okay, so we'll go down to our floor coverings. So now, as long as we've double checked, made sure we're working on our floor coverings location. The reason we have to do them on our floor coverings and then duplicate them, if I was to try and drop to get the visual effect of seeing floors on my floor covering location, if I was just to try to insert these by room on this floor level, it won't work because the walls are drawn in our ground floor location. So they must be inserted on our on our ground floor location and then duplicated up into our floor covering location. Okay, so make it a little bit confusing, but don't worry too much about it. Right, now we select our living floor tiles, we right click and we go select all similar. So all the living floor tiles are selected. Then we right click, go properties, go into our quantities tab, and here's that recipe code, and here's a little tick box that tells us whether that recipe is included in the quantities. When we're on our floor coverings location, what we want to do is tick that off. We do not want these to come through in the price on our floor coverings location. Select OK, go to our bathroom tiles location, select all similar, and you can see that they're highlighted, the several rooms I did with them. Go properties, go quantity code, turn off the element. Okay, and once again for the carpet throughout the house, so properties and quantity and turn off. Alright, so now we'll be confident to know that our floor coverings aren't coming through twice in the price because we've taken the quantity code out of them. Now this is how we're going to set up our sheet later on for what's going to see on our plan. We want to be able to show our customers where they're going to get floor coverings, but we don't want to just show it like that, because to me that looks very ugly and you can't see everything behind it very well. So this is one of the reasons I do the shelves like this. It just makes it very simply. I just select that carpet there. Now all I've got to do is right click and push delete. Straight away you can see the room and you can see where the shelf's going to go. Again in this one, select it, delete. Select it, delete. You can just push the delete button on your keyboard too if you like, once you've selected it. Delete. I mean, you don't have to put the zeros construction line around it, you can cut them out too, but I just find it just as easy when I've done my shelves, run a construction line around it, then I don't have to click and delete, because this is how you do it normally. We'll come up here, we select these rooms, right click, down here to cut opening, ob snap on, it'll find the shower base, click around it. Important not to go to the centre of the room either. For some reason or other it takes all the floors out. You go just to the edge of the shower base like that, click and finish, and look, it's cut the floor out around it. While it's still highlighted, right click again, cut opening on the side there, around, finish that one. Vanity's now cut out. Toilet, same again, right click, cut opening, around here, toilet's done. Come to the bathroom, you must select the bathroom first, right click, cut opening, around it all, finish, right click, cut opening, around there, finish, right click, cut opening, and until it hovers. Here we go around the toilet, because the toilet has an area around it which is in a square grid, so if you just keep going past in a straight line on ortho, all of a sudden it'll go around circle, you know that's the point to click it to, and that'll line up with the outside edge of the toilet, and just go to the wall, click, right click, finish. In this room here, a lot of people have a this is a silver house, so we don't have a laundry trough, just a trough cabinet. There's some people, what they'll have in here, which a lot of people do, is the cabinet maker made. So in that case, what I would do is just draw a zero construction line around here, back to the wall, and I would have inserted the floors the same as I had here, then I just have to delete that section out. But in this case we only want to go around the trough, so we're going to do a cut opening again. Finish. Cut opening around the washing machine trough. They're not, washing machine. They're not going to get a washing machine, but you can show it on here so they can see where the washing machine will fit in the house. Now the next one is the kitchen cupboards. That section there you can just go delete, because that was inside of construction lines. Now this one is inside of construction lines, but if a construction line is put in the centre of a room like this, for some reason it's broken. The thatching still goes under it. So in this case we need to select the flooring, cut opening, oops, cancel, cut opening, and go around the house like this, finish. Now what we've done, if you look at the plan now, it looks a lot smarter. You can see all the different areas inside the house, because we've cut the floors around, so you can understand that we haven't lost anything. Now if I go here, I go to floors and I select none again, but now I go to ground floor location, turn the floors back on. Okay, there we go, there's those floors, ground floor location. So there's the floor uncut out. Now we're not going to want to show that to anywhere. That's only there for visual for pricing purposes. That floor has to go in everywhere, because tiles go underneath the cupboards, underneath the shelving, tiles go underneath the trough and the laundry cupboard, and all these places tiles go. So that's why I want it just blanketed. The floor covering ones is to make a visual demonstration. So if we go to, sorry, we'll go back here, turn our floors off again, turn our, actually another place, we'll go back to our floors, we'll turn our floors on again in ground floor location. Another place that they need to be turned on, if you want to show a person in 3D perspective, you need to show them with the ground floors on, because otherwise when you get in 3D perspective, our floor plan will start to look a little bit better if you look in the windows now, because you can start to see tiles and carpet in there. Now if you've left it to the ground floor location, what you're going to do is see, we'll just move our little icon over here so this doesn't look so far away. What you're going to see is cutouts everywhere in our rooms around our benches and things, so which won't look as good. As there's no benches in there, we haven't bothered putting any of them in. There's no need to put benches in for pricing purposes, but there is a need to put them in for visual purpose if you want to. Now we'll just select those walls here again. Now I think I might have showed you before how the front door, how you can fix that blue line. See, this blue line really stands out now because the floor covering's inside. Click on that, right click, elevate 1mm. Okay, fixes that. Right click, elevate 1mm, enter, fixes that. So there we go, that made that look a lot better. You can do the same with this one. The inside the garage, well, you can, for visual purposes, you could put some concrete in there. Again, check if it's got an element code to it. If it's got an element code to it, you need to get rid of it. You need to put it on floor covering location. Alright, so back in the 2Ds, and when we come back, we're getting on with the next part of the project.